Welcome back, our Freaks and Geeks, to another podcast where we're going to talk about all things comic and pop culture and anything in between. I'm your host, Dmitri, and this is my co-host.
I'm Marcus.
Awesome. And today we're going to be reviewing the new HBO Max, HBO
HBO Max
series, Creature Commandos, episodes 1 through 3. And boy, did this show have Suicide Squad feels to it, which makes sense. You're lagging a bit.
Yeah, I know it does this for some reason, bro.
All right, we'll work it out. Yeah.
There we
All
go.
right, I think there you
I
go.
don't know
All
why
right,
it does that at the beginning of every video. I have to exit and then put the small screen and come back. I gotta figure out why it does that. But yeah,
technology is technology, okay.
yes. But yes, Creature Commandos, which by the way, officially kickstarts the new Gunn universe in the DC. So this is our actual first thing we get.
Of the Gunverse,
Yes. And like you said, very his this is basically like Guardians of the Galaxy, but mature.
Yeah, exactly. It definitely is. It definitely gives out those vibes because yeah, it's crazy because it gives off Suicide, Guardians of the Galaxy combo, mixture of those kind of creatures and stuff like that, which makes sense because James Gunn have directed and done things with all those properties, so it makes sense. But I'm glad that we got Weasel in the gang back because Weasel is definitely one of my favorites from Suicide Squad.
I'll be laughing so hard at that damn thing.
Yeah, and so the show begins off like very any other kind of like Timo show like you get where you're gonna get like the Amanda Waller coming in and explaining, hey, we can't take people anymore, but
So
they didn't say we can't do right. They didn't say we can't do monsters. The fine print, kind of stuff.
And then she's still messing with the Flag family, like they still intertwine with her somehow. I don't think he knows though.
I don't think so
that
either.
She's the reason that his son that happened to Rick Flag Jr.
Yeah, I don't think she. I don't think he knows that.
Do you think this is an early? Do you think because we're talking about Rick? Do you think Peacemaker makes an appearance in this show?
I'm sure he will in some way. I'm sure they're not gonna because he's part of this. He's going to be carried over into the Gunverse to establish characters early on. It's good just to drop them in for cameos and stuff.
And he is the one who took out Rick Flag Senior's son.
Exactly. It's a good show though. It does really great. The humor is there. I wish I'm a big Blight fan, so I'm glad to see Dr. Phosphorus in the show and being voiced by Alan Tudyk. I hope I said his last name right. Hit the goat.
You said it. It's perfect.
Good, because he be killing me. Bro. He be straight killing me in that show.
Him and G.I. Robot.
Yeah, G.I. Robot's my guy, man. I'm sorry, man. Listen, I want a robot like that with me at any point in time where he's just like ready to take down any Nazi that it comes his way. He don't even need really a command for that, but he sees the flag, he's just going off.
He's just ready. And it's funny you brought that up because I was gonna talk about that, how episode 3, which by the way, before I get into that, I love how with each episode get a backstory character. And I like the way he does it because it's not like full flashback where it's like a whole episode and we learn about they whole origin story. It's intertwined with the episode and the theme of it, and it still keeps it on pace.
So it's more or less like flashback for like quick enough flashbacks to get you like where he's thinking in the moment, not like a whole.
Yeah, it's like it's that moment where they're having like, okay, I remember this. Like with the bride when she went into the castle, she was having memories. So it's a flashback, but it's not like telling the whole. This is what it gives you like those little flashes, pun intended. But going back to my point, I don't love, but I thought it was interesting how James did this with the Nazi thing. So we all know history. We all know that the Klan used the Nazi symbol for their patch. So the fact
Yeah.
that he got picked up by a dude who was part of the Klan, and he saw the Nazi sign, and he was like, "Oh, you're a Nazi," and the look on his face was like, "No, yes."
Right? Yeah, you
He
are.
saw them. You are a Nazi, sir. You're an American Nazi. And the fact that he took it out, took all them out, I was like, that was so clever because it's like he saw this what is it, the swastika, whatever it is,
Swastika, yeah.
and he was like, oh, I gotta take them out. I can't be up in here. And
It
it's
was
crazy
on
because
site.
that's what led him to being put in there, with all
Exactly.
the other creatures. So I thought that was cool how they like kept kept that thing about because you know how most like robots, AI, and stuff like that, when they get to a certain point, they'll get reprogrammed or something, and
Mm-hmm.
it could be like they got a kickstart where they start over. But I like how with GI Robot, like he has the same programming he had back then. So if you tell him Nazi, like you said, it's on site. Like Rick Flag, he was like, "So those Nazis, Commander?" He's like, "You know what? Yes."
Yes, exactly. That's my favorite part. I was like, he gonna say, yeah. But I like that one scene where like they have him in like the room with all the camera people and stuff like that, and he's just like looking in the audience and he's like piecing. He's like, there's Nazis in this room, kind of thing, where he can process them, which I think is cool because they're in that time. I feel like they were like people that had like, either allegiances or were had some kind of like affiliation or something like that, like embedded, like all that secret spy shit. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it's cool, like given that kind of aspect of there could be people, there could be Nazis among you, kind of thing, because that's that kind of time period. But I wish they wouldn't have killed off my boy. I don't think they killed him off. I don't
I hope they'll be able to salvage some parts. So
think,
kind of,
yeah.
because I think they showed just like a blueprint of the guy who like was like experimenting with him. It looked like he had another upgraded body for him or something he was gonna make.
Oh, you're talking about
Maybe,
the guy that took him in? I think that was for like Asimo, wasn't it? I think that was
yeah.
what that was supposed to be for. I thought that's what I thought that nod was
That's
to
what
like.
that's what I was looking at. So I was trying to figure out what they're gonna do with that. But like you said, I hope he's gonna stick around for a little
Me
bit
too,
longer
and
because
I
he's
like
a great character.
he is. I like that the creature commandos have like characters that are in it that are not like bad, but they got caught up in some stuff because even when they had the trial for him, they didn't talk about him as Nazis or neo Nazis or the Klansmen or anything like that. They got innocent bystanders and stuff like that. That's what got him
Mm-hmm.
caught up, like how they
Yeah.
talked about it. So he got in there, and I was like, you know what, you're not that bad of a guy. You don't like Nazis. I can feel that. Not like everybody else in there. Everybody else in there was like meant to be in there
Definitely.
for the most part, except for like maybe Nina, which we don't know nothing
Yeah,
about.
I want to see what why is Nina in there because I'm very intrigued because she's nice and quiet, but them be the ones, the nice and quiet ones. Them be the ones, bro.
They do be the ones, like they really do. They be the ones you gotta watch out for because they be on
Mm-hmm.
something. But I liked that they, like you said, they built in these backstories, but they also brought in characters like Mr. or like Doctor Frankenstein, or is it Doctor Frankenstein? No,
Yeah,
Frankenstein.
Dr. Frankenstein, yeah, is the one, and then the monster is
Yeah,
yeah,
Frankenstein. Frankenstein's
yeah, that
monster.
Frankenstein's monster, and then we got the bride. So
Yeah, so I like that. I like they had a backstory, and we had more of a tragic backstory, a weird backstory for the bride, and
yeah,
how, yeah, like that whole scene where he walked in and they were like
yeah, they
doing the
was getting it
business,
on.
and
Yeah, I was like, man,
I was like, I wouldn't have done
that
that.
is still a corpse, sir.
Exactly, and also I wouldn't have done that for that reason, and also because you made it for a homicidal guy, a dead
Exactly.
guy
And
who
then
literally was
you
like,
see what the consequences were.
yeah, he crushed him like a soda can, man. That was crazy. It was
I like that
very
whole
strange, but
montage they had of them like throughout history. And
Shaggy.
technically Scooby Doo is canon in the Gunn universe. So if we
Yeah,
ever
it's in
see
the DC
Shaggy and
universe.
Freddy in them, they exist because he definitely was in that montage.
Yeah, they could revive Scooby Doo out of this. I'm not gonna be mad about it.
I'm telling you, hey,
Yeah,
it's
like they
James
do.
Gunn, man. I would not be surprised at
I
all.
would not either. And then the main villain, Xerxes, um, she was crazy. Turned
Crazy as
the
hell.
bride of Frankenstein or the bride, and her hands into balloons.
Yeah.
Because she was giving her that work. Brian was giving her that work for a
She
good
was.
minute.
She was giving her a good 3-piece in a biscuit real quick.
She was. I was like, oh, we don't need anybody else for this. It's done.
It's very interesting that he chose Cersei because, of course, she's affiliated with Wonder Woman. It's like he's planting these little seeds to get us ready for what's to come. I'm just wondering. I'm excited to see what he's gonna do because this show is. People will probably say you shouldn't take it serious, but I think you should pay. I say this: you should pay it like very close attention because there's some details in there.
Yeah.
And I gotta ask you one big question.
Okay.
Do you think Harley will come back either towards the end, if it's another season, or will she be mentioned, and will it be Margot Robbie?
I think, honestly, I think this too big of a. What do I want to say? It's the opportunity is too big for her not to do it. It's perfect opportunity to drop her in the universe just to have her established and I think it will be Marco Robbie voicing it because he brought he brought brother back to do the voice of Weasel and
GI Robot.
Robot, and they brought back some of the actors like Viola Davis to do.
Man, I'm so happy they kept Viola because I
Amanda
love
Waller.
her. I love Viola as Amanda. She's
100%. She
perfect.
Really is.
She just like how Sam is perfect for Nick Fury. She's perfect
for Amanda Waller. Yeah, and I just like that I knew she was on some shit. When I first saw her, I already knew she was on some shit. You know what I mean?
And this, she's so cold blooded too, bro. And they be hinting at like how effed up she is. Like they even talked about how from Peacemaker, like her daughter, like outed her, and that's why she had to do the whole thing with the creature commandos and stuff like that. And I really would like to see like how she climbs back up because I think she's gonna have an important part in this universe, like she did in that DCU animated universe, as far as like Batman Beyond and Justice League. I think she's gonna be more like into that. I think she's gonna be a big part of that universe.
A big piece of it. I think so too. Because Amanda Waller is the character that you just really can't sideline because she's way too important. You know, she really is. She's over here protecting people from all threats, even threats that she doesn't even know exist yet. You know what I mean? Like she's 10 steps ahead of whatever we're thinking about. So I think with that kind of person being in a higher position or making their way back to a higher position, because one, Amanda Waller is not going to be on lower tier for that long. She's fast tracking her way back. I feel like Creature Commando, if everything goes right, might be her way back up.
Yeah, you know? I definitely can see her like in the new Superman movie or something, or like the Batman, the Brave and the Bold. Like she's gonna appear
like a post credit.
Yeah, I think it would be cool if she rolls back up to the ranks and she was like trying to look for her like a new squad, but not like a Suicide Squad, and she had like Slade or some other like mercenaries and stuff like that. That way, like when you set up when they do like the Teen Titans and all this, like she's the Nick Fury of this universe, but on the other side, playing from the other side.
Yeah, using mercenaries, bad guys, people that nobody really like would care if they were lost their life in in combat. People that have killed. So I think, yeah.
Which to her point, you cannot fault her for what she's a bad person. But if you look from her side, she's a human. So of course, if you got aliens and metahumans, you don't know what's gonna happen. Well, she has a point. If they're mind controlled or they have a bad day, they could just eradicate the whole face of humanity. So she's just she's trying to protect for what she has going on. Which, and like I said, she does very bad way. She does it. It's not good at all.
Not great at all. But she understands she's a villain.
Yeah, but I get why she's doing the same, like Lex. Because honestly, they all are Batman if he has a bad day and he just doesn't give a shit anymore. Like literally, that's what they all are. The fact that Batman has a contingency plan the Justice League. That's what I'm saying about Amanda Waller.
That's Amanda
She
Waller's
doesn't.
playbook.
Yeah, but except her contingency plan is like other human beings and monsters. Like she's not gonna sit there and plan it all out. I'm just gonna keep throwing people into the fire to fight my battles while I'm sitting back
Exactly.
here
Like
chilling.
I'm just gonna repurpose these people that have powers that did wrong for my bidding.
Exactly.
I'm gonna make shit. I'm gonna make stuff work because we can't trust supers to do everything. In which, listen, there's storylines where I'm like, oh yeah, for sure, Superman can have a bad day. He go injustice on everybody, or you get Wonder Woman that goes off one day because they're like those are heavy hitters. There's like Batman is not taking them down.
Yeah,
Batman is getting washed. Okay, like sorry for the Batman fanatics who think Batman can win everything, but he's not gonna win that fight. I'm sorry, the writers are his best friends, man. But that's all. I'm getting off track, but gotta throw that piece out there real quick. But I think, what do you think the series like? Who do you think is going to be the next like person they go after? Because I'm sure they've taken down Cersei's, because her face got melted and stuff. Not as bad as I thought it was, honestly. I thought it was just going to be her meat just hanging out, but it didn't look that bad. And then she died, obviously. Weasel took her down, which was crazy. I didn't think Weasel had it in him, honestly. When I saw Weasel go up there, I was like, what's going to happen? And then Weasel just started laying her out. 12 combo streak, man.
Man, what? Went straight Mortal Kombat on
Finished her too. Who do you think's gonna be like maybe their next person, a villain character they're gonna introduce? Do you have anybody you would like to see?
I think it's probably gonna be like probably somebody like Clayface or
Okay.
It's gonna be one of those characters that's a threat, but it's not like well known villain. Like we know who Cersei's is, but a lot of other people don't know who that is. Like
Yeah,
I think
exactly.
that's gonna be the thing because I don't think he want to give away too much of what he has coming forward. Like I think this show is a real segue to get us ready for like Superman and all that and setting up the universe. So I think he's just gonna put the puzzle pieces there for us to put together to lay the groundwork for what's coming. Because this
Yeah.
is a show about villains, so it's interesting that he chose the villains first before he went to the heroes.
It is
I think
very
that's very
interesting.
interesting. Yeah.
Do you think that you think because with the new unit Gunverse being what it is, do you still think that he's gonna take his Project Suicide Squad and make it like part of the canon, or you think like he's just gonna wash it and do a whole new thing?
I think he's
Peacemaker
gonna.
is from that. Sorry, I meant to finish it. Peacemaker is from that universe or whatever, but he still made his transition over into having relevance into the Gunverse. Sorry for cutting you
Yeah.
off. I just wanted to finish that part.
No, you good. I think he's gonna keep it because of the fact that we got to mention about Rick Flag Jr. and what happened to him. Just they talked about Starro, Weasel, who was in that movie, is in this show. So I really do think it's that Suicide Squad is gonna be the one that's kept, and probably the Snyderverse one with Jared Leto's joke and all that. I think that's gonna be done away with, and I think
Okay.
he's probably gonna have a new version of Joker, all the other like Captain Boomerang and stuff like that, and Killer Croc because they're probably gonna be set up for the heroes of this universe he's gonna do. But like we said earlier, I think it's a strong possibility he keeps Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn because she's such a fan favorite from that universe, and the fact that he brought her over to his movies. I would also love to see Idris Elba come back
For
to
sure.
reprise his role,
Definitely.
and I want Will Smith to be Deadshot again. Because
Okay.
out of besides Margot Robbie, out of everybody in that movie, I love Will Smith as Deadshot. Like he was really good.
He did a really
Deadshot.
good job. Yeah, I agree. And I
So
think Marco Robbie is just it's like perfect, too good of casting, perfect casting, honestly, for Harley Quinn.
yeah,
Like,
I really
there's really
don't. I
nobody
really
else you
can't
can
see
see.
nobody else. Yeah, I really can't see anybody else do it because she, like you said, she did it so good, and she did something that's hard is to take a character that's only been portrayed throughout like animation and video games, and she brought her own like thing to it, but kept that personality of it. So I think she did really good with that. Of course, if so she gets recast, I'm sure they would pick somebody good. But I'm just like, man, I don't think we got enough of her. I think she
And
deserves to have
yeah,
more movies than those what 3?
two,
Because she got
three.
Birds of Prey.
Oh
So 3
yeah, okay,
movies.
so three
Yeah.
movies. I think, and also I just think like when you look at Harley Quinn in the comics and you look at Margot Robbie, you go like 1-to-1. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
there's not,
That's,
you're not sitting there going, I gotta squint to see the potential. It's
it's
right when
right
I
there.
saw her in suit, I was like, oh, that's Harley Quinn. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's just characters that you just know. It's like Peacemaker. I only see him as John Cena now. I can't see anybody else. It's just characters you just can't. No one else can reply that can do that role, or can do the role. So I'm open to see Deadshot. That would be cool to see a Will Smith cameo or something like that, or even him being a part of something. Because I did like him in when I went back and rewatched Suicide Squad because the movie wasn't great, but Will Smith did carry. Will Smith and Harley Quinn did carry that shit.
Yeah, they definitely did.
I'd love to see Bloodsport for sure. I didn't even want to see Ratcatcher because I actually messed with Ratcatcher.
Like
It was cool. Okay, and then I would have. I can't remember if I think he did die. Never mind. I was gonna say Spot. Spot was
Polka Dot Man.
Polka Dot Man. I would. Look. I just like that character. Okay, it was weird, but I was here for it. Okay.
Yeah, King Shark. I think King Shark may come back.
Yeah, King Shark's good. Honestly, either him or Killer Croc. Either one of them. I'll take either one. But because they had Killer Croc in the original Suicide Squad.
Yeah, he's in the first one. Yeah, Waylon, and they made him a black man because he was talking about E.T.
Right. And
oh man, I want to know who was in the room when they wrote that because I want to go and just.
Yeah. Right. Hey, the glitching right there helped you out because it slowed down the flap you did right there.
I know, right?
They were like, let me help you out with a glitch real quick. No, but first 3 episodes were great. Perfect episode. I could say pacing was good. The story and direction was good. I was hooked on, and I knew we were supposed to do the first 2 episodes, but the 3rd episode was just sitting there staring me in the face, and it was like, "You want to watch it?" And I was like, "Yep."
You
I was
got
like,
to
put it on because I was in a binge fest or feast or whatever. So, and I'm glad I did because GI Robot was a really good. That was probably one of my favorite episodes so far.
Yeah, so far I think that's
was good.
So if he got more episodes like that coming, I'm excited.
I'm down. Like, how many episodes did they say? Did they say how many episodes this is gonna be?
I want to say 9, 10. I know Max is good for having 10 episodes, even for animated stuff. Because I think Harley Quinn had 12 or something like that.
Okay, I'm down.
Yeah.
I'm down for that. I think the story can be done in 10 episodes, honestly, even 8, because you don't really have to do too many villains. You can do one more villain and stretch it out a little bit, like pace it wise. Spend your time building that up. Like you have some other characters you can have flashbacks on and stuff like that. So I think one more good villain, maybe even 2, if you pace it, will be good for the season. For the episode
it's count. 7. It's 7 episodes.
Oh, so they got one more villain. They got one more villain, and that settled it.
Yep, it's 7 episodes. I just looked.
So I'm thinking if, like I say, this is going to be a slam dunk of a show. If he keeps going this way, it's going to be probably up there with 8, 9 out of 10 at least. You know, if he keeps going, because these episodes were at least 9. You know, I'd say they were at least 8.59 for me so far.
Same. I was gonna say 8.5 only because it's just the beginning. So
that's what I'm saying. You can't have it that high right now.
But did you before we go on that? Did you catch who voiced the guy that picked GI Robot up in the end? That was part of the clan. Did you pick up what voice that was?
I did not. Who's voice for that?
Our boy Yondu, Michael Roque.
Hey, okay,
from Guardians of the Galaxy. I said James know he gonna get his people to work with him. Like
he gonna get him in there. That's a good pick.
If James Gunn fuck with you, he fuck with
you. Yeah, you got acting roles for life. Like he puts his brothers in everything. Like they know they got work, which is cool.
Yeah.
But do you have any final remarks? Anything else you want to add?
I'm excited. It's good to finally get like a breath of fresh air. for something, especially something that's going towards the new universe that is about to be upon us soon. So it's definitely a breath of fresh air because it's been some dark times for them as far as like movies and stuff. And they always crushed it with animated stuff anyway. But the fact that this is like part of the bigger universe is exciting. So I'm glad it's just not like something they just made. Like it's actually kickstarting the whole universe. So definitely excited. And then James Gunn, he's just good with team ups and writing stories, and he's good with building relationship with characters who come from completely different backgrounds and they don't have anything in common. And he knows how to work around that and find these specific things that'll build a relationship or this one motive that they all have, and that's why they're together. And either it's gonna work or it's not. So I like how he does that, and then he always chooses good music. So I'm always excited to hear like his soundtracks for each episode. So I'm definitely excited. Can't wait. 7 episodes, like you said, it's good for a show like this. It doesn't have to be dragged out. So I'm cool with that. And then it's gonna be setting us up for Superman to come. So it's a great way to kick it off.
It's very great. It's just becoming a great way because it sets up like a lot of characters that we're gonna at least have to know about. And I agree with everything you said in your final remarks. And I think we're gonna get some really good stories from this Gunverse. I think Superman's gonna crush. I think the Batman's gonna crush. Wonder Woman, Flash, all the he's gonna. I think
Green Lantern.
I think exactly Green Lantern, Titans. I think he's gonna. Yeah, Supergirl. I think he's gonna establish. He's gonna do the kind of like the Marvel approach where they establish the characters before they make them into a team, which makes more sense. And people have been saying that for years. Like, why are we digging teams already?
And we ain't even established the characters.
Right? You gotta establish.
I know we've been saying it since we started the podcast.
We've been saying that. Listen, since we started the podcast, the DC universe has come and gone. Isn't that
crazy? And Marvel is now the one who we get frustrated with. We used to be praising Marvel. It's a complete 360, but that's what happens when you've been in the game for 4 years, going on 5.
Going years. We in bizarro world now where it's flip flop. You're looking at DC like, all right, you guys are doing good. Keep going. Marvel, we're just we're like, no, man, no. But with that being said, follow us on our social medias, our Instagrams, our Twitters, our Discord, which if you want to follow Discord, that's all of our links to our stuff in the description down below. And also, if you have trouble finding it, you can find it on our Instagram in our bio. We have it in there as well.
The link is in the bio.
Link is in the bio. That's the phrase that everybody says, all the YouTubers say down here in the bio.
Link is in the
Hit the notification bell on the right side of the video to get notified of this video. You'll get notified of our future videos. Leave us a comment about how you feel about Creature Commander. Who's your top 3 favorite characters up here? Mine are Phosphorus, Dr. Phosphorus, Weasel, and GI Robot. Actually, not in that order. I think it's reversed probably in the reversal order. I think that interchangeable, really, what it is.
Yeah, I would have to say the same.
And follow us on the socials. I already said that. Oh,
Rap Nerd,
and follow us on Rap Nerd, Fandom Limb, Roundtable Pod, fandomlimb.com, and Rap Nerd Tuesdays and Thursdays. Appreciate Rap Nerd and Fandom Limb, and always press record, and all of our subscribers.
Hold on, D. You ain't gonna say always press record without announcing what we did this year with them.
Oh yeah, we you want to be the one to drop the knowledge? I'll let you get on that.
Shout out to them. They sent us like the analytics and stuff for the channel, and we cracked the top 10, actually number 9 for their shows. So that's a big congratulations. So in the this year we got 500 subscribers. And we saw the new ones. Welcome to y'all. We saw the new subscribers.
Welcome.
And we went in the top 10, on their channel for shows. Just, shout out to them. Thank you. And we
appreciate you guys.
Bigger things and better things. We keep moving forward and keep hustling and working hard for you guys. So just want to, because D be trying to downplay it, but
I'm
I was
trying to be
gonna say,
humble. I'm gonna try to be humble, but
yeah.
he be getting the humble
We
brags. Okay,
humble, but
humble,
sometimes
but
we gotta
you
give
gotta pat
ourselves
yourself
back
on the
because we
back when
working
we out
hard.
here
Yeah,
rocking.
yeah. So
So thank you, always press record, and thank you for everybody who tunes in to always record and have gotten us to being in the top 10, number 9 of their shows, and hopefully we can get higher next year. Hopefully, with all things going and how we're pushing things. So we appreciate everybody who supports us, whether you support us through sharing our content, watching our videos, telling your friends, sharing our videos, or anything like that. Appreciate you guys liking our stories and our things on Instagram and Twitter and stuff like that. But we'd appreciate you to be in the Discord, because if you go to the Discord, we talk about all things, pop culture, and you can suggest topics you want us to talk about. We're down to talk about almost anything when it comes to pop culture stuff. Join us there. We'd love to see you guys, love to talk to you guys, and have some fun. And with that being said, I'm your host, Dmitri.
and I'm your host, Marcus.
And this has been the Square Roundtable Podcast. We
Yes.
are
Out.
out. Peace.